you doing? So I woke up this morning too early, and then I probably still have sleep lines on my face and stuff. And I saw this video of this couple that got arrested on a flight. I guess it was before the flight left. And that made me think about a mission trip I took with the church that I was in back then in 2007. We, I was the only black person on the mission, in the mission group. And it was 5 ladies and 4 men on the trip. I really wasn't looking forward to going to Iran. I wanted to go to a trip to China, mission trip to China, because I always wanted to go to China. Well, somebody invited me to one of the informational meetings that they had at another church member's house, and I just felt like I should go. And I was so scared to go because, for one, I was the only black person. I hadn't heard of, I think this might have been the second mission trip that they had gone on from that church. And I hadn't heard of any other black person going. So I wanted to know, I was scared about how I would get treated. I didn't know. So we got on the trip, we flew over there, and we went to various places. It's a beautiful place. The people are nice, but anyway, I got my hair braided up before I went because I didn't know that how I would be able to take care of my hair at that time. My hair was pulled so tight around the edge, I couldn't smile for 2 weeks almost. I couldn't, I was like, they were trying to make me laugh when I got on the plane to fly over there, my group, and I was like, don't make me laugh, don't make me laugh, it hurts. Anyway, my experience there, I must have gotten stopped at every checkpoint in every airport we went to, because we flew to Armenia first, and we stayed there a few days in a home of an Armenian woman. It was nice. We met some other missionaries, and then we flew a lot while we were over there. We fly from one part of Iran to another part of Iran. Well, one flight that we were on, before the flight took off, mostly everybody had boarded the plane. I'm sitting by the window on the right side, and like in the center aisle, this guy came in, and he opened up the overhead bins and put his coat in there. And I was thinking, why can't you hold your coat? Just whatever. So then he sat down. He was right across from us. Then another gentleman came in after that, and he opened the bin, and he was going to put his bag in, but this man's coat was there. So he took the coat, threw it on the floor, right? And when he did that, the gentleman that had the coat, he got up, and they started arguing back and forth. I tell you, it was so quiet on that flight that you could have heard a pin drop. I didn't know what to expect. Then they started pushing each other. And the guy, most of our group sat right around each other, and it was 3 of us on this row. And the one on the end, the gentleman on the end, since it was happening near him, he's almost all the way over in my seat, right? Now I can laugh at it, but it was not funny then. They were pushing each other and shoving each other. I didn't know what they were saying. And next thing you know, the captain comes out. And he, I guess they were supposed to be sitting by each other, obviously, since they opened the same overhead bin. And he separated them. And I was thinking to myself, why won't you put them out the plane? I don't want to fly with them. I don't know what's going to happen. That was the quietest flight. I figure everybody probably was thinking the same thing. Oh, what's going to happen? And we made it to our destination. We had seen so many beautiful things there in Iran. And also, one of the experiences I had when I was there, it was weird having to go through separate entrances to the airport and exits. They had a men's entrance and a woman's entrance, and then we had to wear when we were in Armenia we didn't have to wear a head uh, something over our hair, but when we were in Iran we did. And we had one lady that was with us in the group. I mean, they didn't want you to show but just a little bit of hair, right? And she got uh, stopped by a couple of 2, 3 times by gentlemen just off the street that um, would touch her head like, you need to fix that, basically. I was like, okay, this is real. So we went to some bazaars. We met some really nice people. We went to one guy's shop, uh, and he invited us to have tea with him. That I'm telling you, I'm not a big tea drinker, but that tea there, and they had these sugar cubes that you drop in the tea, or no, you put it in your mouth while you're drinking the tea. And these sugar cubes is not like the sugar cubes we have here in the United States. They were harder, and you could hold them in your mouth for as long as you're drinking the tea. Oh man, that was the best tea. And another thing that I love there, pistachios. I have never tasted pistachios like they had over there. But anyway, some experiences we had was we would be walking down the street, right? And I figured that I might have been the first black person that some of these people had seen in real life. Cause I mean, we would be walking down the street and they would be walking past us and they would be having a conversation. And there's a lot of times that people did this to me. I figured it was to me, right? One time we were walking down the street and this car, it was a lot of traffic. And traffic there, man, you taking your life in your own hands when you cross the street. Anyway, this car was going by and he did the same thing. He was driving by and he went and hit a big pothole and got stuck. And it was funny. I had to hold it in. Oops, we having technical difficulty. Well, anyway, I had to hold my laugh in, because some of our guys had to go and help him out of that hole. That was so funny. Let me fix my tripod.